Hello, how are you? I am rattled. Whoa. I have LAPD harassing me. That's Los Angeles Police Department. LAPD, right? Los Angeles Police Department harassing and intimidating me. I am 110 pounds, 5'2". I just feel like LAPD has so much more to be doing than harassing me. I'm not even doing anything. I'm basically I was minding my business. Someone started doing hate crimes against me. I feel like I became a detective too, where I worked with the detectives to help catch the person. We got the person, but yet I'm still dealing with LAPD and now the chief. Wow, look at that. The chief of Los Angeles Police Department, Michael Moore, sending me letters. I'm just like, and harassing me. It's just, I never filed a police complaint. I never filed an LAPD complaint. Now, if you go back and you look at my YouTube, Michel Hope Walker Speaks, I had the hardest time as a black woman trying to file a police report. The person actually did a hate crime against me the second time, and then I did get a great police. That's why I said I adore somebody. The great police officer that came out, oh my gosh, he was so awesome, and did the report and surveyed the scene. Oh my God, I wish all the police officers were like this one police that came and helped me. But I went to my local police department right when it happened because they left a note, and this is talking about the hate crime that someone done to me. They left a note and it was talking about slaves and referring to my race. I live in Koreatown, so it's not that many of us blacks, here, especially in my building, is not, I think it's about 3 of us. And it's just like, and so that really rattled me. So I went to my local police department because I actually used to attend the meetings, the community police meetings, to be involved, and know what's going on in the community and help in whatever way I could, So I felt comfortable going there. I went to the LAPD Olympic Division to get help, and I was ignored. The first night it happened, I was ignored. The police just shooed me off. And then the second time, I just went to find out who my detective was, because I finally, from the nice officer who helped do the report. And then I'm there for like about an hour. It's full daytime, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, glass window, and everyone just ignored me. Like I was just invisible. It reminded me of all those books when they talk about black people looking at black people as invisible, just act like they don't even see us. That's what happened to me. Matter of fact, I even have footage of when I was there, So I told my experience at the LAPD commission meeting to help others, because I didn't want to see that happen to another black woman, because anything could have been happening to me both times. Somebody could have been chasing me, somebody could have been about to hurt me, and for them just to ignore me and not, and then reason, this is the same police department that I later seen. It was because I heard that had been a police shooting out there in front of their house, but I didn't really know all the details. Then bit by bit, I ended up seeing something on TV. There was a black man out there, and they came out, and I don't know, something happened or whatever, but they shot him. So again, it goes back to a times where I talked about, even when I was trying to file a police report, about how when I just walked, and I've lived over here for 11 years, you all in Koreatown, and we're talking about Los Angeles, and sometimes when I'm just going down the street, going to the store, come back, because a lot of times I'll just walk, I'm just driving, I just walk, and you get police cars sometimes just hovering around, you get the helicopters hovering around you as if you don't belong, or if they're, suspicious of you, because you're a black woman walking down the street, But then when I was trying to file a police report, because somebody was doing something to me, I couldn't find anyone. Wouldn't nobody help me. I went to my police department, went to the main headquarters police department. I went to, and not until it happened the second time, and I called the police. This officer came and did it. But anyway, so I spoke out at the LAPD commissioner meeting, which we have the right to speak about our experience. This is not something I made. This is what I experienced, and it's not my fault. I experienced it. I didn't want to experience being ignored and not helped by LAPD, especially when I needed help. And so I, told of my experience because I told him I didn't want to see another black woman, black person have to experience this because I really believe it was race based. I just couldn't imagine a rich white man being at that glass door where they can see everything and they see you, out there, and them not come and ask them if they can help them. And for me, it was just calling. I was just trying to get them to answer their phone. I was calling because the number on the window, if it was a white woman, I just, I really feel like my race played a big part of why I just got ignored for a whole hour. The second time, mid-daylight, glass, everybody can see me. Even one person danced with me. I don't know what made her thought I wanted to dance, her or him. I don't know. I just seen him, so I told that experience at the LAPD commissioner meeting in hopes that they would not let that happen again. Now the intimidation kicked in because then the captain, I think it was Sandoval of the LAPD Olympic, called me. She said that was her name, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Basically, she called to apologize. She's like, "I'm sorry, that happened to you." And I was like, "Yeah, I said, I really feel like, it was racist because I was black. I was out there." Now she sort of became argumentative in the phone, but I was not like trying to sit there and be arguing back and forth. I'm just like, no, I didn't participate in that. I know what happened to me. I know why it happened to me, and and she just kept apologizing and saying, I'm sorry, this and that, and that she will talk to, her people. Pretty much that summed up that conversation, she asked me what happened, I told her what happened, different things like that. And like I said, and I think I'd asked her, how did she get my phone number? Because I'm very leery, people just, because you don't know if people are for you or not for you or something. When I finished talking with her, I was sort of in the middle on if she was really being helpful. She was just doing that because somebody had told her that somebody had told her to call, or whatever the case might be, because it seemed like she didn't really, she didn't totally believe what had happened to me, in a sense. And then, that it was really a lot of race-based. I have my right to feel and that it was race-based. I have a right to feel, and so then that ended, and, again, I already had detectives. I think about this time I already had detectives I was working with that had been, doing good. And like I said, the detectives and I, we worked together and caught the person. And so that worked out good. So even beyond now, we got the person who's done the hate crime. So I'm feeling a little more safer now. I'm feeling better. But now I'm getting, well, first of all, I got a car, opened my door to a card, a LAPD officer card on my door. Now they didn't ring the doorbell or anything. They just left a card on my door. And I thought that was odd, And so I think then I did call the captain back, and I was like, well, somebody left, and she was like, oh, well, that was something, because I know I was supposed to be meeting the detectives today, and she, said something, she would help to make sure that they came, but we already had an appointment even before her to help make sure, because the detective I was working with, we were doing pretty good on trying to, get the person, and so that was one of the harassments. I didn't realize at that time it was harassment, but then I realized later, I was like, oh, okay. Because then later I get another police that calls me saying something about a complaint or something. I was like, well, I never filed a complaint. I said, I never did file a complaint. And I said, I never did file a complaint, so there's nothing to talk about. And, I was like, okay, so now I need to talk about this at the commission. I mean, because now I'm feeling harassed, because then he got very stern with me, and I'm just, because, it just really caught me off guard, because I'm like, I never filed for a report, and so then he summed it up and was like, okay, well, because I even asked him, I said, how did you call me? And he was like, well, the captain told me, I guess it's back, Captain Sandoval told me to call you about I was like, but I didn't file, and I don't want to file a police complaint. I didn't know. I already know what happened to me. I don't need, I already know what happened to me. I don't feel like I need, police report. Not report, because Lord, I need the police report for what happened to me, hate crime that came against me. I'm talking about the complaint. So they start harassing, and to me, this is a form of harassment. Mad that I spoke about my experience. So now I'm feeling harassed because I'm constantly getting these police calls to different things, and I even could just answer my phone if I didn't know the number, if it wasn't the actual detectives that I normally talk to. I just wasn't answering phone, all these anonymous calls, which a lot of times police will tend to call you, because one time before all that happened, I would answer, not, and one time it was one of my detectives, but now they know to only call me from there, and I even told them, I was like, it's another set of police that are harassing me, it's like, so now I get home today, 8 p.m. Let me date this video. So today is May 7th, 2021. So here in LA, it's still May 7th, 2021. I get home and this is in my mail from the Los Angeles Police Department. See that? And then I get this letter, which if you go to Twitter, I have constantly tweeted out, letting them know this is null and void because I never filed a police report. Now, it's so interesting to see the chief name right there, because here I was going to look at talking to the chief of police, LAPD, about the harassment that I was getting from LAPD Olympic Division, because I felt like, she was upset because I told my experience, but again, I was not trying to do anything malice or be mean. I was talking about what I experienced. I mean, I'm like, you experienced being outside of police department trying to get customer service by phone. There's glass windows. They see you. You're telling them you're calling them for a whole hour. People walking by. There's even other people in there. Everybody's non-black, but there's other people in there getting assistance. There's, and I'm just asking at the window, and I'm calling because it says to call. And then I'm emailing, and then I'm tweeting the chief and tweeting the Olympic Division that, I'm outdoors. Can somebody answer the phone? I'm calling inside, the desk, customer service desk is right there. They can see me, for a whole hour, and then the first time I went, right after it happened, again, same thing, anything could have been happening to me out there. And, the officer sort of like shooed me away like I was a dog or like I just wasn't even human, but never did help me, never did help me. So again, I felt like the harassment from the LAPD Olympic Division, basically from the captain, so I'm not talking about all police officers there, whatever, and bless the heart of the guy, the cop that called me, because he just finally broke down and said, well, I just called because the captain, bless his heart, because I'm like, I didn't file a complaint, when I talked to her, she didn't ask me if I wanted to file a complaint. And when she was apologizing, that's not me filing a complaint. I just said, okay. But I never did. I never was asked, did I want to file a complaint? And I never did ask to file a complaint. So to get this with a number to it and everything, I'm just like, I never filed a complaint. So now I'm like, now I need to press charges against the person who falsified my name and did a LAPD complaint, because I never did one. And so, like I said, and then here I am going to contact the chief about the harassment I was receiving from the Olympic Division. And now I'm being harassed by the chief of police. And I'm like, it is so much more in LA that needs to be done versus them harassing a little black woman, 110 pounds, 5'2". I just have gone through my grandmother passing away. It's Mother's Day weekend. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. I'm just like, when I came home to this evening, I'm like, what? So this makes me feel not safe. I mean, because it's the sense of intimidation. It's like they're trying to make me file a case. And why would they do that? Because I don't trust the police department to investigate themselves. And then I didn't even ask for an investigation because I already know what they were. No, it didn't relate to. Come on. The George Floyd marches and all the rallying we done and Black Lives Matters and everything we've been doing. Come on now, we know. You know what I'm saying? We know. I've been out there at times rallying with Black Lives Matters in the past. So, we know. So, no, I don't trust the police to police themselves. And now I'm like, who polices the police? So actually, I spoke recently at the LA City Council, again, talking about the intimidation, because I'm like, I just was trying to get help. Now, so you gotta understand my experience. Someone was committing a hate crime against me. And so that already was like, oh my God, it's, because I don't do anything to anybody. I'm a sweet, kind of, I speak up for rights, but, and I even do that. And I don't do anything to anybody, And so then with the police started arresting me, I was like, well, who polices the police? I mean, because who do I call on the police? So I thought about to speak at my LA City Council meeting, public speaking. Each time it's the public comments, so we have a right to speak, and so I spoke on, that I felt like I was being harassed by the LA Olympic Division captain because of me speaking of what I experienced there at that police station. As far as not getting any service, I really felt like it was because I was Black. I have the right to feel like it's because of, but again, if you've seen the whole thing and you survey, you all know no white person is going to be standing outside LAPD police where, glasses, everybody you can see, everything's clear, on the phone trying to, and not get their phone call answered, not get any assistance or help. It most definitely related to race, But anyway, the key point of this is I never did file a complaint. And this makes me feel, then they attach a sheet with it here. And even this sheet here talks about if you want to file a complaint. I never filed a complaint. This is according to California law. You have the right to make a complaint against a police officer or any improper police conduct. But I did not file. You may make a complaint by calling, right? I did not file. Nope. I never did file a police complaint. Not once did I ask for it. No, not once. Not once did I ask for so it's amazing to me because I did not once ask for this. And so that's why I feel like it's the bullying and intimidation, because it's almost like they like, look, Black girl, you done sat here and talked about what you experienced at these different meetings during public comment. And remember where public comment goes everywhere. It's public, so, that's why I spoke there. One, to keep it public, because I don't always trust these private conversations. I always remember with Black Lives Matter, they kept getting mad because Black Lives Matter wouldn't come in and talk to them at that time one-on-one. And then I understood more and more, because you cannot trust. I still think about Officer Russell Poole, who was a police officer, who was there, talked to him, all of a sudden had a heart attack with LAPD in LAPD office. I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong. I, went to the police meetings as far as the community meetings. There's certain things I do, publicly believe in. And it may be certain means of officers, certain people that I may feel some trustworthy of sense to, But I spoke at public comment. I never did ask for a police complaint. I never did file a police complaint. But see, that's intimidation and harassment. Because again, like, no, Black girl, you are speaking about your experience, and so we're gonna make you do a police complaint. Now, why would they try to make me or force it or falsify my name on one or do something of the sort of this? So then they can X themselves out. So then they can come back with something on saying, well, there was no racism involved here. I already know how that would go. So no, I did not file a police report, and I do not want to file a police complaint. Lord knows, I went for about a week and a half just trying to get a police report. No, I wanted a police report, and that was against the person who was committing hate crimes against me. This right here, them saying that I filed a police complaint, I did not. And so this make me feel unsafe with my police department, and now with even the chief. I'm like, how could you harass me? There is so much more LAPD could be doing. So yes, attorneys, call me. Attorneys, and yes, I am tweeting. I may have tweeted you. I am tweeting, writing, calling president, vice, for everybody. Because see, I'm one. I don't mess with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I am, peaceful, if I need to speak on the issue, I speak at it, but even that speaking is a peaceful speak, it's just, informing or helping people, hey, we need help on this, or, can you improve that, And I guess I know for some of you, like, girl, you don't have to explain it. And you're right, I don't. But I mean, I know how they try to make us black women look. They try to make it seem like, it's, we didn't do something wrong. Right. Like we didn't do something right. And always suspicious of us, so you almost feel like you have to, talk about how good of and great of a person you are, college educated, got a degree, it's almost like you have to, you feel like it, because they're going to still be looking for something to try to make you look bad or paint your image negative, whatever the case might be. But the truth is the truth. What I experienced is the truth. Matter of fact, if you look at the videos at YouTube, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, I am out there. You can see me out there and I'm talking about, and I'm still not even getting help as I'm filming all of this. You know what I'm saying? So, I have the right to speak about what I experienced. LAPD does not have the right, and the chief of police does not have the right to intimidate me and harass me. This is a government job for them. That is not right. So yes, attorneys, and if I tweet you, it's tweeting you to please provide me some form of information that I can, or you can help me, but yeah, I'm one that I don't believe in sitting silent. I believe in talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and asking for help. Not just talking about that, literally asking for help from everybody. That what the Bible said, and pull out the Bible. Y'all know I'm evangelist Michelle Hope Walker. What does it say? Matthew 7:7. When you need help, you seek help, you keep, and when I say help, again, when I'm talking about help, for the police to stop harassing me. They know I don't want to follow the I've already told them that. And so I know that they have already written down. So, what is it that they want to try to make me, or now somebody has just falsified, they give me a number. I didn't do any of this. I never talked to anyone about filing a police report. When the captain called me, she just called to apologize. She didn't even ask me about if I wanted to file a police. You cannot file a police report on my behalf, and you didn't ask me if I wanted to. And so I never have asked for a police report. Nobody never asked me if I wanted to file, complaint. Sorry, I keep getting those words into it. But I want to make sure I'm clear on that, because yes, matter of fact, I still need my police report. I haven't gotten a copy of it. So if y'all can help me to get the copy of my police report with the hate crime that's done against me, because I need that. But no, I was trying to file a police report. Again, that one, the hate crime, it's so interesting, because the hate crime part, we're moving and shaking on that, going to be going to court, testifying against the person and different things like that. I feel like I became a Detective Walker, helping to, catch this person, because they were, putting blood stuff like in front of my car, sacrifices and stuff. I didn't know what this person was going to do next. So I was like, yes, I am out here helping y'all to find this person, and we found the person. And literally the person's right outside my door, actually. And so, but this is still going on. What is going on? So yes, please help me, because I really see that as a sense of intimidation. So I was going to read the Bible scripture of the Matthew 7:7. In the Bible, got to pull the Bible out in the name of Jesus. What it says, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. I am one of them type of person that especially when someone's harassing me, intimidating me, like the police department, a whole big city, LA City police, the chief of police harassing me, most definitely. I am like attorneys, advocates, please, media, that's good media, that's going to actually help expose me. Like, okay, this is not right. The chief should not be, she has said numerous times that she did not file a police complaint, does not want to file a police complaint. So, and I have a right to not want to file a police complaint. So why, why, here's the date stamp to help you all see, why am I getting a paper saying I did and I didn't? So who was falsifying information? Y'all pray for me in the name of Jesus. I just say pray, and I just pray for LAPD. because that is wrong. I mean, I could not get any help when the person was doing hate crimes against me. I couldn't get anywhere. I even went down to the headquarters. And one guy did at least come to the window and talk, but he still never even did the police report when I needed a police report filed. So I went like a whole week of not even being able to get a police report filed, a hate crime police report filed. And I even stopped an officer and couldn't file a police report. It was just, I couldn't believe, and so, and then the experience, like I said, of after I finally got a police report filed after the person did another hate crime to me, and I had to call the police again. So then I go to my local police again, the LA Police Olympic Division, to just find out who my detective is. So I'm an in-person type person, even if I knew it was going to be a phone call calling customer service, I could still see, the person through the glass or something of the sort, because the police department is like glass. They can see you, clear glass, and then experience that as if, that made me just feel so low and just, I don't know, it was embarrassing, and it was an awful feeling that you're standing there and people are watching you and you're asking for them to provide you customer service. And this is a government agency that's supposed to be giving you customers, and you're out there for a whole hour and no one answers the phone. I mean, it was one time somebody answered back, and then they were bullying me in a sense, because they just hung right up. It was like, and they're right there watching me. And again, the customer service is right there. And then there's cameras right there. So they all seem, and, so for me to tell my experience, in hopes that then it wouldn't happen to another black woman, because you never know when a person comes to the police department, it could be somebody chasing them or anything, and they need your urgent help. No one just comes to the police department for nothing. I mean, the last thing I want is police in my life if I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, shout out to all the good police officers that are good and that do good jobs. Like I said, my brother had been a police officer. I even had looked at being a police officer, but then I started looking at the law and looking at being an attorney, and it was all about to serve people, So, again, yes, so whoever can help me as far as advocating and help me against this intimidation, harassment of LAPD, and now even the chief, the chief of police. I mean, so yes, I'm Michelle Hope Walker. And you can reach me on my social medias, and then we'll, exchange information more from there. So you can tweet me at Hope_speaks. That's the line, on the line, not the minus sign. And Facebook is Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, listen. Instagram is Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. But for this, pretty much, I'm using more of the Twitter. So again, you can go with Hope_speaks. So yes, I need everyone's support, media, positive, good media, to get that message out, because then I don't want this happening to no one else. I don't want anyone else, because they speak in public comment at a public government meeting, that then they get retaliated on, because that's what's happening to me. Harassed, intimidated, like they're trying to force me to do a police complaint. I don't want to do a police complaint. And how ironic, because usually police don't want you to do a police complaint, and I'm just like, okay, so they want to clear themselves. So they feel like I guess they're thinking, if we can get into a police room, then we can do quote unquote investigation, and then we deem that there was no racism. No, thank you, LAPD. I don't need a police complaint. I don't want a police complaint. I don't need you to investigate what I experienced. I already know what I experienced. It was horrific. I already know what I experienced. It's like a nightmare, from LAPD, what I experienced. So no, I don't, So again, this all literally just unfolded. I just got this tonight at 8 p.m. I just had checked my mail, and I'm just like, I can't believe this. Right when I think maybe they've stopped intimidating and harassing me, and that was just the Olympic division. Now the chief of police have picked up and started harassing me, because they know I don't want to file a police complaint. I never asked for one. So, okay, so this is May 7, 2021. I'm Michelle Hope Walker. Oh gosh, pray for me, you all. Just please pray for me. Anybody that feel like they can advocate for me and help me, please contact me. Thank you for all that you all do. And officers that are good officers, I appreciate you all. You know, because I enjoy working with my officers that we help to find the person who did the hate crime against me. You know, so right now I guess it's just geared towards Chief of Police because he's the one that sent me this letter, this falsified fake letter. But all right, so please help me. Thank you for all you all that help me. I appreciate all that you do. God bless.